So I would prefer if you keep your video on unless you have something crazy going on in the background. But as far as your sound goes, make sure that you mute yourself unless you want to chat. And you're always welcome to chat, just unmute yourself. We have a little bit of like a backlag noise, like background noise if we don't do that. And it makes it hard to, it makes it hard for the speaker to hear and for you guys to hear the recording later. So that's my little bit of Zoom etiquette. I just want to say thank you for getting on tonight. It's so, so, so fun whenever we have our coach kickoff call. I literally get butterflies before I start these calls because I know what you're feeling right now. I remember this feeling and I still haven't let it go. It's so exciting. Like you're like, I know you probably see some of these coaches who are having success and in your gut, you're like, wow, I want that. And I feel like I could create that. But maybe you're hesitant, maybe you're nervous, excited, but just know that you can, and know that we're here to help you learn how to do that. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm actually getting ready. I'm going to do a screen share with everyone. So let me do that in 1 second. Just kind of, Michelle, can you do me a favor? Can you kind of monitor the chat while we're on this? Let me mute. Somebody's on the phone, so I'm just going to mute that. But Michelle, will you monitor the chat and then just unmute yourself if you find that somebody has a question?
Do you want to record or me?
I think it is recording now. I have a bubble up here that it says it is.
Oh, I see it. Okay, good.
Yep. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to put this into full screen. So when I do that, that means that I actually can't really see you guys. So if you need me, interrupt me and just have me stop, okay? Oops, let me see here. Excuse me. View. Let me put it in present mode. Okay, so before I get into the details of, the business and coaching and whatnot, I want to introduce myself because I know that for some of you, I'm not your upline coach. I might be your Star Diamond upline, but I will be leading this Coach Basics training with some of my own personally sponsored coaches. So you will see a lot of videos from me. You'll hear from me a lot. My name is Sarah Griffith, and I'm 4.5 years into the business now, which is pretty crazy. I am a former teacher. I used to teach high school business education. I taught 9th through 12th grade. And then my last year, I was actually in administration. I was the 12th grade dean of students. It took me about 2 years to be able to get to the point where I could leave my full-time teaching career. I built the business. I like to say I built it after bedtime. At the time, I only had my son Carter, and basically I did it in the evenings after he would go to sleep and sometimes before school. So I would get up really early and I'd work out, and then sometimes before I'd hit the shower, I'd put a little like power half hour in there. But I was constantly working the business when I could, because as all of you know, especially if you're in education, you know that when you're at school, you need to be at school. And there was no working the Beachbody business while I was teaching. So anyways, that's how I built it in the beginning. My days look different now. I had a chance to work the business when my son was in preschool. So that was awesome because I was able to work a solid 8 to 4, 4 days a week, and then work in the evenings. I'm back to building it in the mom pockets of the day. As you can see from this photo, I now have a little one at home. I have both of them home with me during the summer, but I'm really proof that you can build the business around all different types of schedules, and I've been there through all of them, and all of them have their own unique challenges, but all of them will help you have equal amounts of success. So I just want you to know that. And I also wanted you to know that the team that you have joined, our team, we are our sister team, we call it the sister team, is the Dream Team. And the Dream Team is actually, it's been ranked the #1 team in the entire network of Beachbody for 4 years, which is pretty incredible. So why does that matter to you, or what does that mean to you? That means that the trainings we can provide you are really something special. And the people who we can bring you as speakers and mentors, they're people who you're going to want to pay attention to. They know the business, they know it well, and they're able to share with you some really incredible success tips. So I hope that you will be, excited, and that you'll lean into our team and to our sister team, the Dream Team, when it comes to learning the business and getting the training. So anyways, it's nice to meet you. And like I said, thank you for getting on. So one thing that I find, I just shared with you that I've been in the business now for 4.5 years. And what I see every time is I see a sense of overwhelm typically from new coaches. They're like, I want to do this training and I want to have my challenge group and I feel like I need business cards and websites, and their brain starts to run. And that's awesome because it means they're excited and they're ready, but it can also actually kind of like debilitate you a little bit, and you can feel that like sense of I have so much to do and I don't know where to start. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. I want you to know that it's totally normal to feel this way. And I want you to think back to maybe your first job that you got or a new job that you've recently, picked up. And I want you to think about that time. So I think of like the time when I got my teaching job. So I was fresh out of college, and I remember like literally not even like the copy machine scared me. Does anybody have that feeling? I can't see you, but some of you probably can like smile and relate. Like I remember being so panicked that I had to use the copy machine because I was new to it, or that I had to do, like just paperwork. Everything intimidated me because I had a learning curve. And so I remember my first year of teaching, and I remember really like not feeling like I had it down till about Thanksgiving. Like I just felt like everything was so new and I was so overwhelmed. So I want you to just realize that for the first probably 3 months, you're going to have a lot of questions. You may feel overwhelmed. You may need us to do a lot of hand holding with you, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. That's why you have a sponsor coach. So lean into us, ask the questions, realize that there are no silly questions, and also realize that your back office has the answer to a lot of your questions. There's something called the FAQ, the frequently asked questions. If you just type in your question, it'll often just pop right up, and you won't even have to ask us or Google it or whatever. So the answers are mostly out there. One thing that I hope you will do in the coming weeks is I hope you'll have an initial call with your sponsor coach. And on that call, I think it's important that you guys talk about your goals. So what do you want from this business? Do you have income goals? How many hours a week are you putting into your business? What are you worried about? What are you excited about? Like, I need you to really get personal with your coach so that they can best support you. Now, everybody's coach will be different. So for me, if you send me a text message, it'll probably be a week before you hear back from me. I am not good at texting. However, Facebook Messenger will get me pretty quickly. Instagram Messenger is also a hairy place because I'll get a few hundred messages a day. So I think that it's important that whoever your sponsor coach is, communicate with them in a way that you guys can talk back and forth quickly. Sometimes coaches use Voxer, but I need you to chat with your sponsor coach and ask them, how do you want me to be in touch with you? They'll share, and then you guys can message them whenever you need to. One thing that I think is exciting, some people feel like, oh my gosh, this is scary, but I think this is exciting. Only you are responsible for your own success. Not me, not your upline, not my upline, not the top coach in the company, you. And I want you to know that every single one of us, every coach that you see, they started here where you are today. And they had that excitement and that motivation, and they said to themselves, why not me? I want you to feel that same way. I want you to say to yourself, why not me? And that is the mentality I want you to have. So how do you get more confident in the business? You do the trainings. Coach Basics is your first training. That's what you guys are all in right now. It's our new coach mentoring program. In this program, we're going to show you the ropes of the business. All of these videos are short and sweet. Most of them are between 5 and 10 minutes. You can listen to them while you get a shower, while you do your workout, maybe on your commute in, but I want to make sure that you do them, and I want to make sure that you show up and you participate. It's one thing to be a fly on the wall. It's another to comment and interact and just to simply be hungry to learn. Your back office has tons of training videos. The teacher in me, when I signed up as a coach, I remember my coach said, okay, I'll put you in my training group. And I said to her, what can I do in the meantime? Like, what do I need to do? And she's like, well, there's these videos in the back office. You can watch them. And I remember binge watching them for like a week. It was like a Netflix binge. Like I literally, every night I was like, I'm going to watch every video I can because I really wanted to be successful. And I knew that in order to be successful and to be more confident, I had to be trained well. So I would encourage you to do the same thing. Get hungry to learn. There's one thing in your back office that is really important. It's called the Coach Breaking News. I want you to get into the habit of checking your back office every day for the news. The Coach Breaking News is just releases and things that are happening in the Beachbody world. So that's like your important message center. And then I also want you to pay attention to your customer orders. And as you build a team, you're also going to look at your downline of coaches. So that coach office is like your hotspot. You want to spend time there every single day. Last but not least, I want you to watch what the team is doing. I want you to watch what your coach does, and I want you to learn how to duplicate. That's all this business is. Having success as a coach is learning how to duplicate other people's success with your spin on it. So we're going to help you put your spin on this business. Now, here's the thing. When I was a teacher, sometimes people didn't do their homework. Right? And when they didn't do their homework, it was easy to try, they wanted to avoid me, or they wanted to like skip school for a few days or whatever. You've all been there. I don't want you to be that student. If you didn't do your homework, I don't care, but I want you to do your homework over the weekend, or I want you to do, the next assignment and come back to that one. These assignments will help you grow the business. Don't skip them. Okay. But remember, like I told you a minute ago, only you can be responsible for the success in this business. It's your business, not mine. I can teach you, but you got to do the work too. So how do you, again, become more confident? You do the Coach Basics training, but you also tune in to the weekly trainings that our team and that Beachbody has to offer you. We have a very important call each week. It's called the National Wake Up Call. It's Monday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Basically what they do, there's a page, so I want you guys to all like this page today. It's the Team Beachbody 411 page. It's a Facebook page. On there, you can see all kinds of important news, but that's where they stream the National Wake Up Call live, so you can always come back and check it out. They also have a Team Beachbody podcast where you can listen to them. I used to listen to it while I got a shower. I'll tell you a tip. The first, usually 5 or 10 minutes, they do recognition. So they congratulate people on rank advancements and success club points. And if you're in a super big hurry, like I used to be when I was a teacher, I would often just fast forward through that and I would get to the heart of the training. So if you're short on time, it's a little hack for you. In the Dream Team page, if you're not already a member of that page, let your upline coach know. They'll get you a link to request access to it. So the Dream Team often will do trainings on different social media topics and business leadership topics. They're really great. I want you to tune into those as often as you can. In our group, our team page, Team Fit and Fabulous, you will see me doing calls on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss it, that's okay. I know that you're busy. I know that some of you might have kids at home or you're still just finishing out the weekend. I totally respect that. So what we do is we record our calls, and you can choose to get on them in live time like you have tonight, or you can watch the recording. In the event that you have the time, please join us. This will help you build a sense of culture and a sense of belonging on our team. We want to know who you are. We want to see your face. And the only way you can do that is by joining us in live time. It's also great because then if you have a question that just pops into your head, you can actually just ask it, and it's really fun. So some people ask, where do I start? How do I launch my business? Earlier this week, I had you guys craft your I'm a coach post. This is the scary post, right? This is where everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's real now, right? It's real. I just told people I have this business. And now is where you need to begin doing those vital behaviors that I shared with you in the video earlier today. So what's going to happen is I need you to make me a promise. I need you to promise to stay on your journey and to not let this business consume you. You have to stay at square one always. So you have to be digging deep into a fitness journey or a nutrition journey, and then you have to share it. And then the rest becomes easy. People are inspired. Doesn't matter what size you are. Doesn't matter how ripped your abs are or how big your biceps are. People don't care. They care about how motivating and how inspiring you are and how real you are. So I want you to decide that you're just going to share your journey on social media and that you're not going to sell. I'm going to make sure that you guys are not those coaches who are out there who are like, buy a challenge pack for $160. Who wants to join me? Here's my link. Because it's actually not the best way to build this business. So we're going to teach you how to sell or how to share without feeling like you're selling, and to do it in a classy way on social media. That's my goal for you. I want you to feel confident and not feel yucky. So what I want you to do is I want you to talk with your upline coach. Ask them, when are their challenge groups this month? And then I want you to team up with them. You're going to start promoting those challenge groups. That's how you get customers, right? Got to have something for them to join. So ask your coach, what is it? And can you be a part of it? Their answer is probably yes. I like to encourage my coaches to do the I do, we do, you do approach, meaning that I run the challenge group and you're in it. Then we run the challenge group together and your people are in it. And then you do your own when you're ready. Some coaches, they don't need 3 months. Some want to do it right away. Some say, Sarah, I need like 6 months. I just want to put my people in your challenge group. I say, whatever works for you, as long as you're willing to check in with your customers and, support the challenge group. So whatever works, but that's what you're going to do. And so for me, my personally sponsored coaches, any of you actually are welcome. I have a nutritional makeover group starting on Monday, June 11th, and then June 18th, I have a family fitness group. So those are my challenge groups for the month. Check with your upline and see what they're offering and how you can be a part of it. Now, as far as sharing, remember I told you how it's just super motivating to watch people share their journey instead of selling. Instagram stories are gold for this, and this is going to help you to reach people without having to feel like you're doing this in an icky way. It won't feel like cold inviting. Instagram stories allows you to document your life. So it's like life casting. You can show videos of your workout. You can show your dinners, your Shakeology, you getting on business calls. Like you can show all the aspects of your life, and you can also show the fun side of you because you're not just a Beachbody coach and you have other interests. And so that's where you're going to share those things. And what will happen is people will start to watch you and they'll come back every day. It's like they're watching your reality show. And then as you pay attention to who's watching and you start to message them, they're like, oh, I wish I had your motivation. Or, I wanted to join a nutrition program just like you have. And they just say like, how do I sign up? And it becomes very easy. So I want you from the get-go, I want you to start documenting on Instagram stories. And in the coming weeks, we're going to teach you how to be really great at Instagram. So what you need to do is you need to start inviting. So when you made that initial new coach post this week, which if you haven't done it yet, please do so as soon as possible. You're going to pay attention to who liked on it, who commented on it, who maybe sent you a private message. Those are the people who you're going to want to message. And you're going to say, thank you so much for supporting my new coach announcement post the other day. Were you doing it just to be kind, or are you interested in what I'm up to? Leave it at that. Okay. I also want you to make a list of your friends and your family who you want to invite. Now, here's the catch. I built this business on friends, actually a lot of teacher friends in the beginning. So my clients were all my coworkers my first month. But I made it a goal. I said, I don't want to build this business by having to have my grandma buy a challenge pack. I wanted to build my business in an authentic way on social media so that all my clients were strangers. I've been blessed to say that that is the case with my business now. Almost every single new client is a stranger. Social media makes the world a lot smaller, but in the beginning, for most all of you, your clients are going to be the people who know you, who like you, and who trust you. And so I want you to decide who needs your help. Don't look at this as who can do me a favor and just buy a challenge pack. Look at it as who around me has poor nutrition, who around me says they want to exercise, who around me would like to support me. And then I want you to invite them. And I need you to say it in a way that's authentic. Tell them the truth. There's this new nutrition program out. I feel like you'd love it because, or I'm getting ready to do this business. I thought of you because, and make it genuine. And more than likely, they'll be willing to support you. And then I want you to ask for help from us whenever you get objections, because you will. You'll get price objections. You'll get Shakeology objections. You'll get every objection under the sun. And they typically all come from you probably not being clear enough or not talking about it enough, or, they're just not familiar enough with it yet. So let us help you overcome those objections. And I want you to be careful about word vomiting. When I was a new coach, oh my gosh, I go back and I look at my conversations. I told them everything. I probably told them every ingredient in Shakeology when they just said, what's a challenge group? So we want to work on what's called breadcrumbing. And basically, you're going to talk to them. You're interested in my challenge group? That's awesome. Can you tell me more about your nutrition? Leave it at that. What's your favorite kind of exercise, or do you not like exercise? Like just breadcrumb, breadcrumb, breadcrumb. When you get to their pain points, when they tell you about how unhappy they are, or how they, whenever they go to the amusement park with their children, they're unhappy because they can barely fit in the rides. Like when you get to those like real pain points, the things that could upset them, that's whenever you know that they're really interested and they're really going to buy into what you're talking about. And so I want you to look at their pain points, and I want you to offer them a solution, because all of you have a solution in front of you. And so that's how you do the invites. And last but not least, I just want to say welcome to our family. And it really, truly is a family. Oh, it looks like I'm frozen right now. Hold on. My screen's, there we go. Can you all see me still?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you look good for us.
I look what?
Good.
Okay, let me try to get out of my screen, and then I'll cancel it. Okay, Michelle, were there questions in the chat bar at all, or does anyone have any questions?
I said about making a list and having that list, and then you talked about it after that, but I always need a list. Like I have literally my list right here.
So when you say your list do you mean your list for people who to invite, or what do you mean?
Yep, for who you want to reach out to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
No, but no other questions. I shared the links to the pages, the Beachbody page. Same thing when they go live, you can always go back and watch it there, and you can fast forward through like the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people you don't know who are getting recognized. So sometimes it's motivating because you're like, wow, like they, their Success Club numbers are cool or whatever. So sometimes it's fun to listen to, but not always necessary. Later this week, we're going to really dig into professional development, or personal. I'm still a teacher. I say professional development, but personal development books. If you haven't started one yet, it's going to be really key to your journey. And I'll share some recommendations with you guys, but it's a game changer for sure.
I agree. I'm listening to Girl Wash Your Face.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's great.
I'm going to finish it.
If you guys, we'll talk more about Success Club, but this month, if you hit Success Club 6 or higher, you're going to have access to a really wonderful podcast by the author of, there's this book right now, we've all been reading it. It's called Girl Wash Your Face, and it's really good. Like so many truths in it. So I would recommend it if you haven't read it yet, but the author is going to do a webcast for us. One thing that's really fun is that every single month that you hit Success Club, Beachbody gives you a present. Some months it's t-shirts, some months it's, oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, I'll show you. These are like the dumbest gifts ever. I think they are. But like these are the Beachbody bobbleheads that I have. I've got Autumn somewhere too. I saw one of the coaches, she keeps these in her refrigerator. How funny is that? To keep her away from the snacks. But I've gotten things like Beachbody Monopoly. Like I've gotten some really crazy gifts over the last 4 years, but it's just fun. And I'll tell you, like when I was teaching, nobody gave me a present every month for doing my job. Like it's just fun to get a gift every month. It's like pat on the back, nice work. So that's those gifts you can get. Usually they're based off of hitting Success Club 6. Sometimes there's like 2 levels of prizes. They used to do that a lot, where you'd hit, if you hit 6, you get this. If you hit 10, you get this. But just little motivators. So we'll share more about that stuff soon. But you can always work on getting your own bobblehead.
Don't get one bobblehead.
What'd you say, Kate?
I think we get Joel.
I think we do too. Yeah, from last month. Is it from last month, right? Like from
sorry.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So it's 9:26. Does anyone have a question or anything that they want to ask us before we get ready to hop off the call? Nothing right now. Okay. So I don't like to give homework on the weekends. So this weekend you'll see, you won't really see much work from us, and you won't see much posts over the weekend. That's kind of your time to just catch up, comment on stuff that maybe you hadn't done yet. And if you need anything over the weekend, by all means, please ask. Know that Fridays and Saturdays are sometimes quiet days on social media. It's going to depend on your own analytics. But for me, I know that Saturday morning early and then Sunday morning early, I tend to have a lot of interaction, and then Sunday evenings. So for me, like Sunday evening is like what most people's Monday morning looks like. Like I'm really busy Sunday nights. So you'll find the same thing probably happens. Oh my gosh, Michelle, I love it. Sorry, I saw your comment about the bobblehead. That's awesome. Iron made mine have awards. So like Siggy has this medal and I left it on him. It's cute. But anyways, okay, so I'm gonna let you go so you can get to sending invites. If you haven't sent 5 invites today, then that's what you're gonna do tonight before your head hits the pillow. It's not that hard. I want you to invite 5 people to our upcoming challenge groups. Deal? Yeah? Okay, awesome. I'm rooting for you. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a good night. See you soon.
I
Thank you.